local weather with the KX News Storm Team.
And good evening. Some pretty icy conditions out there. Most of our KX cams have a little ice on them. You can see that here in downtown Harvey, as well as our camera in downtown Bismarck. We've seen a lot of freezing drizzle, and that doesn't always show up on the radar. In fact, it's really moisture in the air that hits a solid surface that's below freezing and then of course freezes on contact. So here's what we're looking at here. As you can tell, we've got this trough off towards the west and this ridge of high pressure off towards the east here. We are in between this. This is really going to feed the storm right into our neck of the woods. This is kind of a typical pattern to give us a Colorado low, which is what that storm is. If you're from here, you know what that means. That means it's a pretty large winter storm. Now, this snow is not associated with that. It is out ahead of that larger storm that will arrive later tonight. But we have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere right now, and that's why we're seeing some freezing drizzle. We're going to keep that heading into tonight. We're going to see snow begin later tonight as well. But Thursday is your big day for basically hunkering down. You know, if you don't have to travel, this is a good day not to travel, especially if you're in the blizzard warning area. I'm going to show you some of the areas that may be okay to travel, but it's all about your discretion really as well. So as we head into Thursday night, that's when we're going to see this system exit to the east. So this is not going to be a long lasting storm like what we saw in April. I know that's what you're thinking. We're all kind of flashbacking to April of this year, but this is going to be a quick storm, but it's going to give you a lot of impact here. So we've got this blizzard warning now in effect from Bismarck to Jamestown to Devil's Lake. If you're under the blizzard warning, just know this is going to be a tough area to travel. A winter storm warning for Minot and into Dickinson, and then a winter weather advisory here along the north. Now basically, if you're under the blizzard warning, that's going to be our highest, our most extreme warning that we can get. And so what we're going to see here heading into tonight, probably around midnight, we'll see most of the I-94 corridor from this system lifting from the south, bringing us a wintry mix. That's a problem. It's going to give you some icing conditions on top of what we've already seen. And then it changes over to snow tonight. As we head into tomorrow morning, you know, I heard Tom Schrader say this, and I can't stress this enough. If you wake up and you're like, everything looks good, I can drive, just know that through the day, this is going to continue. And the strongest winds are going to be off towards the east and the south. The gusts could be up to, say, 40 and 45. Not the strongest for any storm we've seen, but the really heavy snowfall rates, 1 inch to 2 inch per hour, are what's going to really reduce our visibility, and that's why we have that blizzard warning. Notice that this is pushing off towards the east tomorrow night, and we're keeping the temperatures cold behind this. Everybody wants to know how much snow we could see. We've been getting new data in, and we were just talking about bumping up the numbers here for Minot, kind of lifting up this 8 to 12 inch range here. So that's something that we are watching. There's a little bit of uncertainty in this area for us. So that is something I want to tell you that we're thinking about. So keep that in mind. In the south, we're talking over 16 inches as a certain possibility under the blizzard warning. And a lot of that is going to come from your heavy snowfall rates, which are going to reduce that visibility. Temperatures right now in the teens and 20s. As we head through the next several hours here, we're going to keep the winds out of the north, but they're going to stay around that 15-20 mile per hour range. They're increasing tonight, and they're staying strong into to Thursday. Your temperatures tonight mostly in the teens, and then highs on Thursday not rebounding at all. Here are the next 3 days in Dickinson. There's some more ice on our camera. Temperatures mainly in the teens here, sub-zero overnight lows there for Thursday night and into Friday night. This looks more like a January or February forecast to me than early November. Also in Williston, looking to keep it downright cold even into the weekend. So whatever falls, it's sticking around for a while. Here's your Minot forecast for the next week. We'll head into Veterans Day with lighter wind. We'll get a break from that snow, but of course a lot of us will be then kind of digging ourselves out. Here's the forecast for Bismarck there. Temperatures look to try to rebound, but I mean, when you're in the low to mid 20s into the middle of next week, that's still considered about 20 degrees below average. So certainly a cold pattern even to follow this snowstorm.
The nice fall weather couldn't last forever.
It never does.
Thanks so much, Amber. Coming up, the regional champion